and then it went on jukebox jury and it was voted a miss.
Engelbert Humperdinck once had the kind of fame most singers only dream about. In the late 1960s and early 70s, he wasn't just successful, he was unstoppable. Women screamed at his concerts, records flew off shelves, and his smooth romantic voice made him feel like the definition of old-school stardom. But the life he's living now looks nothing like the glamorous image fans still remember. Behind the velvet voice and the spotlight is a story filled with setbacks, painful losses, and a private heartbreak that quietly changed everything. And now, as he reaches the final stretch of his life and career, one question hangs in the air. What really became of the man who once had it all? Most fans don't realize Engelbert wasn't even his real name. He was born Arnold George Dorsey on May 2, 1936, in India, when it was still part of the British Empire. His rise wasn't easy either. Before he ever became famous, he battled tuberculosis, a disease that nearly ended his future as a singer before it began. After recovering, he tried performing under different names, but nothing worked. He had the talent, but no real breakthrough, until he met manager Gordon Mills, the same man who worked with Tom Jones. Mills made a risky move and gave him the strange stage name Engelbert Humperdinck, borrowed from a German composer. It sounded ridiculous, but it ended up changing his life. Then came the song that made him a legend, Release Me. At first, nobody wanted it. Radio stations ignored it and record stores wouldn't stock it. But everything changed after one TV appearance on Sunday night at the London Palladium. Overnight, the song exploded, selling tens of thousands of copies in a single day. It hit #1 in the UK for 6 weeks, so big it even kept the Beatles from the top spot. Soon after, he appeared on The Ed Sullivan Show and conquered America too. Suddenly, the man who once struggled for recognition was selling out arenas worldwide and becoming one of the most famous romantic voices of his generation. His career soared for decades, with hits like The Last Waltz, Winter World of Love, and later After the Loving. He sold well over 140 million records, and even earned respect from Elvis Presley himself. But behind the success were constant battles, legal trouble over his stage name, bitter industry rivalries, and public humiliations like Eurovision 2012, where he finished near last. Even worse, his financial life was messy, with business problems and lawsuits that damaged his reputation. But none of that compared to the tragedy that truly broke him, the slow loss of his wife, Patricia Healy. She was his partner for 56 years, standing beside him through every rise and fall. Then she was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, and Engelbert spent nearly a decade watching the woman he loved fade away piece by piece. He admitted it became painful to sing love songs on stage, because suddenly every lyric reminded him of what he was losing at home. He searched for hope, begged for prayers, and held on as long as he could. In February 2021, Patricia passed away. Because of the circumstances at the time, family members had to say goodbye through video calls. Engelbert was left alone, living in the same home filled with memories, trying to survive the silence where her presence used to be. Now at 89, he's still performing, still recording, and still refusing to stop. His music has even found new life with younger fans through TikTok and major TV appearances. But his upcoming tour feels different, less like a celebration and more like a farewell. Because Engelbert Humperdinck isn't just singing for applause anymore. He's singing because it's the only thing that keeps him standing after losing the one person who mattered most. And as the curtain slowly begins to close, fans can't help but wonder, is this truly the end of an era?